Paint and Treble, a series I started back in 2008. After my initial idea for it, it became PTC, a series that I wrote from 2008 and finished in 2009. It originally was meant to be a small series, started to like it a lot, and I wrote it enough that I actually finished the first season for it. But then in 2010, when I changed my writing style, I worked on it again, rewriting the whole thing, and then eventually in 2014 is when I finally finished it again. Then when I came up with an idea to change the story, I rewrote it a third time. I came up with two versions of it, Reverse Side Canvas and Duo Overture. I wrote 5 for Reverse Side Canvas and 2 for Duo Overture, but then I changed my mind and decided to rewrite it a fourth time, although I'm not so I consider that other one a third time since I didn't even finish it that time. That was in between, I believe, 2015 until 2017. 2015 after I would finish Seju's first adventure. I also changed the style for the images. I added images to it and stuff, like with my other series. So that also changed besides the writing, although I did add images before I rewrote it. So Duo Overture and Reverse Canvas had images, but that was after I already wrote it. But these were written, well, the one I've done was written along with the images this time. And that is how Paint Treble's development has been so far. And it's already been 10 years. It's now 2018, which is, of course, 10 years after 2008. I haven't developed as much for the series as I've liked over these 10 years. Although I did first start while in high school, now I'm an adult. So sometimes I don't have as much time to work on it. Although that isn't my only reason. I do have other reasons, like me having less motivation and being lazy and stuff. Anyways, this is the second video for the anniversary, and this one I wanted to talk about how PTC and the others developed. I already talked about the past one I did for before, the past idea I had in the last video. Although originally PTC was a lot more simplistic as it is now. I may put some screenshots of the old story in this video. I'm probably not going to end up reading it like I did for Element Temp, but I'll do that instead. I think it might be better. Anyways, what I'd like to talk about first is Tyr, aka Reyna. So in the last video I said that Tyr was actually going to be her name originally. So I never explained like why I decided to change that. So originally I actually realized that in the original story Tyr disguised herself, but I didn't actually give her a disguised name. So it was just Tyr the whole time. So I realized I had to give her an alias. And then when I was thinking of names, I give variations of Tyr, spell it backwards. Tyr spelled backwards is Rate, R-A-E-T. And then I decided to change some letters. And one of the names was Reyna, which is, of course, just take out the T and then add N-A. Of course, that wouldn't work as an alias because Reyna is a feminine sounding name. But it's a name I really liked a lot, so I eventually decided to have Reyna be her real name and then Tyr be the alias, which actually ended up working a bit better for me, since that way I could start out with her being Tyr as I originally wanted to anyways, because I thought it'd be weird to have to change her name this way. I didn't have to. So it worked out a lot better like that. And yeah, that's why I decided to change Tyr's name. So you may not know this, but Reyna's personality was actually based on Seju's originally, her shy, introverted. Well, Seju wasn't really introverted, but she was kind of shy-ish and quiet and stuff. Although Seju has actually changed because I didn't want to make hers too different from Reyna. Yeah, so, surprisingly enough, rather than Reyna having changed character, it's the character that she was based on that changed so they wouldn't be different. So they wouldn't be too similar is what I meant, sorry. So character she was based on outside of my own series was a character from Shugo as I mentioned last video. She had the power, like one of her powers she can use was painting. She had like a giant paintbrush. Like she got her powers, like the idea was from that. So them being similar in that regard is not a coincidence. It was intentional. She's also based on Yellow from Pokemon Special slash Pokemon Adventures, who is also a girl who decides herself as a boy as well. The idea was taken from her. Now let's move on to Ale. Ale's character hasn't changed that much outside of the pre-PTC days. He was always an aloof loner. However, one thing that's notable is that he's not as harsh as he used to be, especially with Reina. It's especially noticeable with Barry, though. They had a sort of, I want to be similar to like Zoro and Sanji from One Piece, but I ended up changing that a little bit. I don't remember exactly where I got his personality from. However, I believe I might have been a series like Kion's Haruhi and Clan Ad, and other series like that I might have taken ideas from for Ale's character. Sorry if I sound kind of tired. This muggy weather lately has been feel like it's been sapping away all my energy. It's kind of like that yesterday too. Anyway, Ale's weapon. The idea from that, like clearly his weapon is different from the other two because he uses a sword. One of the reasons I gave him the sword is because back then, what's kind of the same now is I didn't have many characters with a sword, especially main characters. So that's actually one of the reasons why I gave him one, because swords are cool and stuff. Also, I had a friend who had a character with a sword, and he liked music too, but his character ended up getting scrapped from Seju's Adventures. So I guess he kind of, in a way, replaced him. Like for like when I had like games and stuff with my characters, he was pretty much a replacement for him. So like that wasn't the main reason, but it was one of them. It was one of them. Now, as for Barry, I'm pretty sure he has a spatula, and I think I got the idea from it was like a SpongeBob episode where he had a spatula, like a bunch of them attached to each other or something. I don't remember. It was an old one. I think I got the idea for his weapon from that. His personality, I don't remember like why I decided to make him like that, like have him like Master Chef and stuff. I think I just want a character to be like a foil to Ale, so I made him like as flamboyant and expressive as possible. That's how we got the wonderful Master Chef. Sorry if you're disappointed that his history isn't as interesting as you might have thought, but yeah, that's all pretty much. Although I think I might have based them off Ridge from CS-Masyet Adventures as well. Although they're quite different now. I believe I mentioned before, Chelsea and Mac originally got their personalities from the old idea for Paint Treble. Although Chelsea's personality has changed as well, but Mac's has pretty much been the same. Mac, like, if you want to know what Barry used to be like in the original, Mac's pretty much him. Although Chelsea is quite different now, as I mentioned before. Now, an interesting one to talk about of the side characters is Tech, because he's one of the reasons he was created when like I was deciding, like before PTC was just gonna be like similar to Shugo Chara with male characters. Well, I mean, I guess that anime also has male characters too, but when I default like to give it like more story and stuff is around like when Tech was developed. Like before, I already had Chelsea and Mac. I wanted to have like a few more characters, although I think I only had like one that was still there, was already there, which was Tech. So Tech's always been an interesting character for me because of that. Tech in general is one of my favorites anyways, but yeah. Like I wanted to make a series that like was at a boarding school or something and had like a bunch of people there doing things. I don't remember how I should describe what idea I had was, but that pretty much ended up becoming Rart, which is the second saga for Paint Treble. The idea for Rart, part of it came from that idea I had before. So when I decided to combine the idea for Paint Treble, I actually like thought of more characters to put in that series, and then one of them that was like I'll be revealed, introduced at the start was Tech. Of course, you also have like Leia and stuff, but she didn't appear until later because of how the story goes. And wow, this video is going longer than I thought it would. This video is a bit more rambly than I would have liked, but I think I got some points across that I wanted to. However, before ending things off, I would like to talk about the future of the series a bit more. So as you might have known, I am working on Chapter 1B of the series currently. This series, Chapter 1B is just 1A, but with AL's point of view. The other chapters won't be like this, just the first one. It's kind of based on the idea I had before. I didn't want to completely get rid of that idea. Also, there may be, it will be heavily based on the 2014 version, but there will be some differences also. It won't necessarily be the same chapters either. There will be a reason for why. Me to explain why later. So hopefully the future of the series is brighter, becomes brighter. Hopefully I'll have a lot more stuff to talk about and have done before its 20th anniversary. I'll be old. So old, the series. So wow. Can't believe it's been 10 years already. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this look back into the past despite my mumbly, tired voice today. And I hope you enjoy the things I have to offer in the future. Well, until then, bye, I guess. Happy 10th, Paint Treble.